It was announced on Monday of this week that Donald Trump is now planning on suing the U.S. Department of Justice for $100 million for executing a search warrant at Mar-a-Lago. That's right, folks. Donald Trump is now suing the federal government for $100 million because they lawfully executed a search warrant at Mar-a-Lago after months of trying to work with Donald Trump and his team to get back the documents that he had allegedly stolen from the White House. Trump's lawyer, a man by the name of Daniel Epstein, which right off the bat, like, Trump doesn't have a good history with people with the last name of Epstein, so probably not a great idea. No relation, by the way, but still, just the name itself, right? It's going to bring up those thoughts. But anyway, Trump attorney Daniel Epstein alleges that the DOJ's actions constituted, quote, tortuous conduct against the former president, citing intrusion upon seclusion, malicious prosecution, and abuse of process. Epstein argues that the decisions made by Attorney General Merrick, Garland, and FBI Director Christopher Wray were, quote, inconsistent with protocols and driven by an agenda to, quote, injure President Trump. Epstein's filing also argues, quote, the FBI's conduct in the raid constitutes a severe and unacceptable intrusion that is highly offensive to a reasonable person. That's not even a legal complaint. You're just like, hey, he didn't like it, so you owe him $100 million, guys. I can't stress this enough. Mr. Daniel Epstein, as Trump's lead attorney apparently on this, let me go ahead and tell you how this is going to play out. You are probably going to lose your law license. At the very least, you are going to be sanctioned to hell and back by bar associations and by the court system. And let me tell you why. And you know this, by the way. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but your name is about to become infamous. Here's why. Judge Aileen Cannon, the Trump-appointed judge who was overseeing the documents case, not that long ago, just a few weeks ago, she actually ruled in a motion against Donald Trump and said that the search warrant executed by the FBI followed protocol, which already negates their main claim in this lawsuit by their own judge that they love. She's already destroyed their lawsuit. It followed protocol. There was nothing out of the ordinary. The search warrant was legally, lawfully obtained and rightfully obtained. There were no problems with the FBI going to Mar-a-Lago. We also know that prior to the FBI going down there, they had to coordinate it with the Secret Service that was protecting Donald Trump. So they knew this was coming. So everything in this lawsuit is going to be thrown out. But the reason I say that sanctions will be coming for the legal team is because Cannon already basically put all of this to bed and said none of this happened. And that is a federal judge appointed by the man suing the DOJ. This doesn't end well for Trump, but even worse, it doesn't end well for any of these lawyers involved. So I encourage every one of these lawyers, either withdraw this lawsuit right this second or drop yourself off that legal team right now. Because if you don't, your life is going to become hell because you decided to get in bed, metaphorically, with Donald Trump. Things don't end well for Trump lawyers. And y'all are about to find that out the hard way, possibly at the expense of your ability to practice law. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.